It's just kind of who I am. I want to pour into my team as much as possible, and I'm pretty in tune with my body. I can read a room pretty well, and so when I see we're lacking a little bit, you got to step up. But if we're good, you're just there to encourage and give people confidence.
Everyone assumed they knew why Sophie Cunningham had joined the Indiana Fever. Keep Caitlin Clark safe. Act as the enforcer. Protect the novice. However, what Cunningham recently said contradicts what we previously believed to be true about their collaboration. This deal wasn't made at random. It took 6 years to create this. Furthermore, no one could have predicted the depth of Cunningham's motivation for fighting to be Clark's bodyguard. May of 2026. The league was rocked by a move made by the Fever. They acquired Sophie Cunningham from the Phoenix Mercury through a trade. Furthermore, the message was really obvious. Cunningham was about to become the most talked about enforcer in women's basketball, and Clark needed a bodyguard. On paper, the move made perfect sense. It had been a terrible first season for Clark. Kennedy Carter's shoulder check, which knocked her to the ground. The blind screen that crushed Brianna Stewart during a pivotal possession. Clark was sprawled out on the court after Ari McDonald's risky closeout on a three-pointer. On a little break, Diamond to Shields ran her over as if she had never been there. The referees continued to turn a blind eye while the hits continued. In just her first month, Clark received the third highest number of fouls in the league, 46. Every week, Coach Stephanie White would send video recordings to the WNBA offices, pleading with them to take action. Nothing was altered. Someone who wouldn't merely whine about the treatment was needed by the league. Someone who would take action was needed. Sophie Cunningham comes in. However, at the time, no one was aware of this. This acquisition was not merely strategic. For more than a year, Cunningham had been preparing for this moment. She battled for the role, not just accepted it. And you can see why the Fever desired her so much when you consider her past. Taekwondo black belt at age 6. She wore it with pride even though her parents, who were also her teachers, gave it to her as a joke. When the team starter tore his ACL, the high school football kicker went 2 for 4 on field goal attempts. Her kindergarten parents expressed dissatisfaction over her excessive aggression and roughness on the soccer pitch. She wasn't cut out for basketball. She was designed to fight. She worked her way up from a second-round draft pick to a dependable starter with double-digit averages over her 6 years in Phoenix. She was aware of what it takes to be successful in this league. She was now using all of her expertise to defend the most closely watched athlete in WNBA history. However, Cunningham's path to that point reveals everything about her mindset. She became Missouri's all-time top scorer. 129 career starts with an average of 3 assists, 4 rebounds, and 17 points per game. She guided the Tigers to 4 straight trips to the NCAA tournament. She was the only player in the country to average 17 points, 200 rebounds, 83 pointers, and 150 free throws during her senior year. She was chosen for the All-Sec team 3 times. AP All-America honorable mention on 2 occasions. The convention was dominated by the hero from home. Despite her accomplishments, she had to contend with the stereotype that she was violent, petty, and unclean. In South Carolina, she was jeered by fans. Her fire was questioned by others. She remained the same. She continued to be herself, which helped her get into the WNBA. Cunningham had to fight for every minute of playing time after being selected 13th overall in 2019 as Phoenix's first pick in the second round. She was not given a lead role. She proved herself over the years to earn it. She nearly failed in her freshman season. That year, the Mercury selected 3 rookies, and Cunningham was unexpectedly put into a position for which she wasn't convinced she was prepared due to veteran injuries. She gave every possession her all, sprinting the lanes, blocking out, and moving her feet on defense, all of which were commended by coach Sandy Brondello. However, it wasn't until Cunningham went off one night fighting the Fever that her shot started to fall. She was unable to miss it. She was playing so hard, according to the coach, that she was itching to ask for a substitute. Cunningham is just that. She has no idea how to coast. In 2022, she had a breakthrough year, averaging 12.6 points and 4 rebounds while starting 20 of 28 games. Against Minnesota, she scored 36 points, including 7 three-pointers and 5 steals, setting a career record. After one crucial performance, Natasha Cloud lauded Cunningham, stating, "What Sophie does won't always show up on the box score. She comes down and plays hard every possession on both ends of the floor. It's not a star, but it's vital to winning basketball. She was essential to Phoenix because of her hustling plays, timely threes, gritty work, and positive energy. She developed into the sixth starter, the X Factor, the player who did everything necessary to win games even though she didn't make the highlights. Her clutch gene is unparalleled." Cunningham finished with a career-high 21 points on 6 three-pointers in the 2021 playoffs after scoring 12 points in the third quarter alone to start a comeback against the New York Liberty. With just over a minute remaining, she restored Phoenix's lead in an 83-82 victory with a dagger three. In 2026, Cunningham made the crucial threes in the closing minutes to defeat Atlanta 88-85 despite Kaya Copper scoring 38 points. She was named the sixth starting by coach Nate Tibbetts. Someone so essential that she could switch games for extended periods of time without touching the ball. She consistently delivered when her number was called. Time travel to May 31, 2026. Indiana Fever vs. Portland Fire. It was the game that instantly made Cunningham famous. During a heated altercation, JCS Sheldon jabbed Clark in the eye, and something inside Cunningham broke. The WNBA season's most viral moment came next. Cunningham went into full enforcer mode, jawing at the Suns bench, stepping between players, getting in their faces, and making it very evident that anyone who touched her star would suffer repercussions. Tensions erupted, the benches were empty, and the internet went berserk. In a few days, her TikTok following increased from 300,000 to 1.4 million. In a matter of hours, her shirts were sold out nationwide. The video was often shown on sports networks. People were no longer merely observing Clark. They were observing her guardian. Officially, the enforcer position was now commonplace. Everyone wanted to discuss about Cunningham's story. However, defending Clark on the court was only the start. The league was divided over what Cunningham did next. She pursued the commissioner on her own. The WNBA's face, Kathy Angelbert, is accused of telling players in meetings that Caitlin Clark should be appreciative of the platform the league provided her. As like Clark owed the WNBA something for letting her participate. Cunningham would have none of it. She referred to Angelbert as the most naive leader in professional sports on Instagram. She didn't hesitate. She added, "People only know Kathy because of C." The shots were direct, personal, and calculated. Cunningham provided unquestionable statistics to support her claims. During her debut season, Clark participated in 21 of the 24 games that drew more than 1 million viewers. The Clark effect was a major factor in the WNBA's $2 billion media agreement, which gave the league previously unheard of exposure. Sales of tickets surged. Products were flying off the shelves. The commissioner was behaving as though Clark owed them. Cunningham ensured that everyone was aware of how outdated that sounded. The repercussions didn't concern her. She expressed what was necessary. Consider the real contributions Clark made to the league. With 3,951 points, she surpassed Pete Maravich's all-time Division I scoring record. In both men's and women's NCAA tournament history, she became the first player to record a 40-point triple-double. The first player in the women's competition to lose back-to-back 40-point games. The first player in Division I to reach 3,000 points, 1,000 assists, and 800 rebounds. She guided Iowa to consecutive national championship contests. With 18.9 million viewers, the 2024 championship game was the most watched women's collegiate basketball game ever. Her jersey overtook Shedeur Sanders as the best-selling collegiate athlete clothing on Fanatics. She became the first-ever college athlete ambassador for State Farm. Among female college basketball players, she had the highest nil valuation at $3.4 million. The Iowa women's basketball team made $3.26 million in revenue, the highest amount ever, and sold out its entire ticket schedule. She was more than just a basketball player. She permanently altered the game. After that, she joined the WNBA and continued to rule. The first rookie to record a triple-double. Earned Rookie of the Year, broke the rookie scoring mark, set single-game and single-season assist records, and was selected for the All-WNBA first team, but the league pretended to be grateful. Cunningham saw right through it. She went to war with the commissioner because of this. She spoke up when no one else would because of this. Cunningham's hallmark move was to criticize officiating. During her debut season, Clark was the most vocal person criticizing the referees in interviews and on social media. She often publicly criticized officials for failing to shield Clark from needlessly aggressive play. Week after week, the contentious no-calls continued to mount. Hard fouls went unpunished. Cunningham continued to speak up even when it put her personal career in jeopardy, and dangerous plays were dismissed as routine touch. She argued with the referees and accumulated technical fouls. She was unconcerned. The Fever sorely needed someone much like Cunningham, as former NBA enforcer Joakim Noah had prophesied months ago. Someone who would actively protect Clark from the mayhem that's surrounding her at every game, rather than just play with her. Cunningham accepted that position wholeheartedly. Be damned about the consequences. She took on the voice that Clark was unable to. The rookie had to bite her tongue about what the veteran could say. But there were other aspects of their relationship besides arguments and disagreement. A sincere friendship between Clark and Cunningham emerged at the most unexpected times. For example, when Cunningham spelt "for" as "fur" while playing golf, Clark made fun of her on Instagram. In response, Cunningham laughed and referred to herself as a moron. Just two pals making jokes, no ego, no defensive stance. At the Wnba Pro-Am tournament, they caddied together, joking and cursing as if they had been friends for years rather than just a few months. They were seen on tape enjoying one another's company outside of the basketball court in candid times. Both the friendship and the enforcer persona were genuine. They weren't only teammates acting for the cameras. They were genuinely fond of one another. They spent time together. They sent each other texts. They constructed something genuine. The protection became considerably more genuine as a result. Cunningham wasn't standing up for Clark because she was instructed to by management. She was standing up for her pal. Beyond merely defending Clark, Cunningham was unafraid to question authority. She openly questioned the WNBA selection of expansion locations, pointing out Philadelphia, Detroit, and Cleveland as dubious choices for the league's expansion. Cleveland's social media team responded forcefully, sharing a video of Clark complimenting their city and essentially denouncing Cunningham as a hypocrite. Cunningham, however, refused to back down. She had previously demonstrated that she wasn't scared to pursue the commissioner. Why would she be afraid of a social media team? Fans adored her for her fearlessness, which became an integral element of her brand. She expressed the thoughts of other players who were afraid to speak up. She turned into the athlete who didn't give a damn about the league office's approval. Being truthful was important to her. And that genuineness struck a chord with individuals in a league that frequently felt unduly political and controlled. Fans who wanted unvarnished perspectives on what was actually going on in the WNBA had to listen to her podcast, Show Me Something. This is where the plot takes a completely unexpected turn. Cunningham was already a huge fan of Caitlin Clark before she even wore a Fever shirt and before the move was even a rumor in league circles. Cunningham stated on camera in 2026 that she would love to play alongside Clark someday while still donning a Phoenix Mercury outfit. For real, she underlined in an interview. I'm a huge fan, and I never say that about anyone. This wasn't a well-planned publicity stunt that her agent instructed her to abandon following the successful transaction. This was sincere appreciation from a seasoned athlete who was witnessing a college standout rule the game. Cunningham observed Clark's games at Iowa. She examined her range, court vision, and handles. She noticed something unique. Before anyone knew it existed, Cunningham wanted the enforcer job that everyone talks about. She went after it. She brought it to life. The deal, which appeared to be Indiana's front office's pure basketball strategy, was actually what Cunningham had been hoping for. She didn't simply take on the role of bodyguard. She asked for it outright. Take a moment to consider that. A 6-year veteran of Phoenix who just agreed to a contract extension until 2026 because she adored the team and Matt Ishbia's vision for it. Someone who considered Phoenix to be her second home. Nevertheless, she seized the chance to play with Clark. That's not typical. Usually, players don't push their way off teams they love in order to serve as a rookie's bodyguard. But while this had nothing to do with the job, Cunningham did. It had to do with the player. Prior to the world catching up, The $2 billion deal, the sold-out arenas, and everything else, she had faith in Caitlin Clark. Cunningham wanted to be a part of it because he recognized the celebrity coming. That's the true tale that no one is discussing. For the majority of Diana Taurasi's Phoenix career, Cunningham served as her backup. One of the best people in history taught her how to do it. She learned from DT how to remain prepared, how to persevere through the highs and lows, and how to handle the mental games that come with battling for extended periods of time. 2 or 3 years into her career, Cunningham eventually made her way into the starting lineup, and she never took it for granted. She understood what it was like to wait and wonder if someone would ever call your number. She also made the most of her shot. She could therefore relate to Clark's situation. The physical play, the scrutiny, the strain. Throughout her career, Cunningham had worked with storylines. She is being called petty, violent, and filthy. Nevertheless, she continued to be herself. She also knew just what to do when she witnessed Clark receiving similar treatment. Get to your feet. Retaliate. Defend at all costs. You can learn all you need to know about her trip from her time in Phoenix. With the exception of Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi, she was the team's longest-tenured player after 6 seasons in the Valley. She had witnessed both the best and worst of the Mercury. She has experienced drama, ownership changes, coaching changes, and roster changes. She remained prepared the entire time. She continued to work. She developed into the player that all competitors desired. The multifunctional guard who could play several different roles. The sharpshooter who made timely shots. All the nasty labor was done by the hustler. A skill set that would be desired by any winning team. And she didn't think twice when the Fever offered her the chance to play with someone she truly admired. This is the twist that has everyone on edge. In 2025, Cunningham and Clark both sustained injuries that ended their seasons. The seemingly unstoppable relationship encountered a harsh obstacle. When Bria Hartley stumbled and slid into Cunningham's leg during a game versus Connecticut, she tore her MCL in her right knee. Devastated that her first season with Clark was coming to an early end, she made the announcement on her podcast. She had been waiting for this chance for years, and it was gone in an instant. Later in the season, Clark had an injury of her own. Sidelined and observing from the bench were 2 athletes who were meant to transform the Wnba together. Immediately, the what-ifs began to mount. What would have happened if they had remained well? How far were they able to go? How much harm could they have caused in the postseason? Timelines for healing or wellness, however, are not the true unknowns. It has to do with the future. Cunningham can sign with any team. There is no assurance that she will go back to Indiana. According to her own words, please share your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe, and enable all notifications so you don't miss anything. We'll see you in the next one after you click the video on the screen.